So this whole idea of leaders don't let ego win, and the dark side, one of the things that I often like to say, if you go to workingamerica.org or if you Google Bad Boss Contest, workingamerica.org does an annual Bad Boss Contest, and people submit real stories. And when you read some of those stories, you're like, now wait a second, okay? This can't be real, this can't be true. But when you look at that, why would people act like that? Why would they say that? Why would they react like that? They're not thinking. They're not thinking. And I always say, how we treat others at work influences how others will go home and treat others. I mean, it's just this, it's all connected. And leadership is not a position and it's not a title. It's a relationship. Sometimes so much of it is how you communicate. Many times in my leadership workshops, I do kind of a short, I include assertiveness training, because what's the difference between being assertive and passive aggressive? We all know that aggression has become politically incorrect. So sometimes people say, she's just too assertive, okay? He's just too assertive. You can't be too assertive. What they really mean is you're being aggressive, okay? But that's politically incorrect, okay? So again, sometimes I'm going back to, you have to make tough decisions. You have to hold people accountable. It can be learned, or I wouldn't be here, okay? But it's very difficult to teach. Like in my book, it's life experience, and putting those life experiences, incorporating those experiences into your life so that you can be a better leader. A few years ago, I was hired to create a leadership development program for high-level marketing directors for a large company. And they would fly in these marketing directors, Dallas, Cleveland, and then we would have our meetings there. Now, these were very successful salespeople who'd been promoted into marketing. So now they were directing the sales careers of others. And out of all of this, several of the people realized, they said, you know what, you've made me realize I don't want to be in a leadership position. I don't like this. I'd like to be sales, paid for my own performance. I don't want all this. Now, they didn't all say that, but what was interesting, a few did, and after this whole thing got done, a couple of them got back to me and said, you know what, I've left the company, I'm doing other things, I'm much happier, Again, you have to want to be in a leadership position. You have to want to lead the lives of others, influence the lives of others. From a department or organizational standpoint, oftentimes what I see happen is we think people know our expectations, but do they really? And I think one of the most important things that we can do, personally as parents, if we're parents, or certainly in the workplace, is be very clear about our expectations. How are people, I guess I'm going to ask that question. If you have people work for you, how are you making your expectations clear so that they can function as a team, so that there's no doubt